What are you strangely good at when drunk? Making friends lol. Ruining friendships and relationships. Fucking masterclass. Cooking. Sober, I'm a basic home cook, at best. My food's not gonna kill ya, but it's not gonna be anything to get excited about. A few glasses of whiskey before or during. I might as well be a goddamn Iron Chef. And that's coming from other people I've cooked for, not just my own booze-dulled taste buds. I think it's because when I'm drinking I take more risks and am more willing to try new ingredients, flavor combinations, or techniques. Convincing people that I need to be beat up. Talkative, being able to hold a conversation about almost anything. Fucking shit up. Super bubbly, friendly, into dancing, and apparently a creep magnet. Speaking German or English. Note neither is my L1. Or my L2. They flow easier when I'm drunk, and ICC. To other people my accent then is nowhere as strong. Who is the oldest celebrity that you still find attractive? Marissa Tomei. Gabriel Byrne. Woody Harrelson. I get some weird looks when I tell people I'm into him, but I've had a crush on him since the late 90s. I'm 32. Michelle Yeoh. Stanley Tucci. As my mom says about handsome men, he just looks like he smells good. Sir Patrick Stewart. Colin Firth. All day, every day, and sideways twice on Tuesday. Salma Hayek at 55. Susanna Hoffs 63. Elvira. Cassandra Peterson. Just turned 70 and still pulls herself together physically and breaks out that amazing personality at every appearance. Pierce Brosnan. Keanu Reeves. Jennifer Connelly. Christian Slater. Harrison Ford.
Who is surprisingly still alive? Mikhail Gorbachev. Alice Cooper. He has looked 70 years old for like 40 years. Dick Van Dyke 96, and going strong. I heard Ozzy's new song on Sirius XM and I immediately though won. This is actually a really good song too. I can understand him. 3. He's still. Jimmy Carter. John Aston, 92. He was Gomez in the 1960s Addams Family. 2 Russian reactor workers after dredging through radiation-contaminated water underneath a destroyed reactor. The Dog Next Door. I know this dog since my birth. And my brother since he is 5. So this dog is 24 years old and still not dead. And I don't know how. Which actor playing an American character were you most surprised to learn is actually from England? I didn't know who Tom Holland was before him playing Spider-Man. So I legitimately didn't find out he was from England until over a year after I saw Homecoming. Every time I hear Andrew Garfield speak it catches me off guard. I only know Matthew Rhys from The Americans, so hearing him speak in his natural voice was an unexpected shock. Will Poulter. Christian Bale. Damned near the entire cast of The Walking Dead. Martin Crane in Frasier. He didn't even start acting until he was in his 30s. No accent at all now. Opposite way around, but I was convinced Tessa Thompson was English.
What movies from the 90s and 2000s have not aged well at all? 40 Days and 40 Nights. His ex-girlfriend rapes him while he's handcuffed to a bed so she can win a bet, and the girl he's currently dating gets mad at him for it. Nobody at the time considered it rape. All the catastrophe movies. They are all set in the future 2010s. Soul Man. Blank Check. Shit had the weirdest scene in Disney history. Never Been Kissed. So many setups for statutory rape or perceived. And he gets mad when she's not underage. Shakespeare in Love for that combination of Gwyneth Paltrow and Harvey Weinstein, and for having edged out Saving Private Ryan at the Oscars. Tried watching Sleepless in Seattle for the first time last year. I don't get why that movie was ever considered romantic. She's a stalker. There's some running commentary about women that made me cringe even as a guy. Oh, and she's a stalker. People with street smarts, what is her best street tips? No shame in running away from a fight. Always act like you know where you are going. Know that criminals rely on their victims to be polite and not cause a scene or draw attention to themselves. When something happens to you, scream and shout. Make it known you're in danger. Never show fear or nervousness when you're female and alone. If a man tries to draw you in, it sounds counterintuitive, but you're better off being friendly and in control than hostile. Hey hon, I am in a damn hurry, hope you're good, and laugh and walk faster as you wave and smile. Woman who travels alone and has walked some scary places at 3 a.m. If you're in a big town or a city and a group of kids surround you, keep your hands in your pockets and don't let them get behind you. Some will try to distract you while others pickpocket you. What is an extremely popular film that nearly everyone has watched that you haven't seen? And why or why not? Schindler's List. I know what I'd be in for, and I never feel like I have the emotional bandwidth to go through it. 2001: A Space Odyssey. All James Bond's movies. Mission Impossible. Just never came up. I've never seen any James Bond or Indiana Jones movie. Being from the UK means the first one is practically a hate crime. I know this isn't a film, but Stranger Things. I never got Netflix. Gone with the Wind. I'll get around to it one of these days, maybe on the big screen, but I've just never been eager to strap myself in for 4 hours to watch it. The Godfather. The entirety of Star Wars. I just didn't have access to it. James Cameron Avatar. I just don't feel any interest in seeing it, even if it and the sequel look like they have great cinematography. What words do Americans pronounce weirdly? I spent a good 5 minutes pronouncing squirrel for a British person once. As an American, I still don't quite understand Arkansas. Apparently all words of French origin. Reading some of these, I have realized I am not American. Lol. All the I in anti, Iran, Iraq. Mirror. Foyer. Herb. Solder. Adidas. Buoy. It sounds like I'm saying RRAL. Notre Dame. As a non-native speaker who lives in Ireland but learned American English, this thread is making me second-guess every single word I said in my entire life. Hyundai. Caramel. Worcestershire. Craig. WTF. Data. It's data, not data. Garage. Oil may be more of southern thing.
What random song should one listen to? RN? When You're Evil, Aurelio Voltaire. St. Vincent, Fast Slow Disco. Caravan in the Land of Grey and Pink. Shimmer Fuel. Don't Go to Strangers, J.J. Cale, Dollar Bill Blues, Towns Van Zandt, Guinevere Crosby. Stills, Nash, Lips Like Sugar, Echo the Bunnymen. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. Theme song from Star Wars. Working My Way Back to You, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Snarky Puppy Lingus. Squeeze Me Macaroni, Mr. Bungle. Honeybee, JAWNY. I made this one, I'd be happy if you wanted to give it a listen, lol. Sun Eater by Lorna Shore. United States of Whatever by Liam Lynch.
What is the biggest threat in the US today? Gullible people falling for the propaganda and making poor decisions. The biggest threat to the US today was neglecting educational spending 35 years ago. Well, I didn't expect such a big response. Thanks everyone, you're the best. Politicians and their lobbyist sugar daddies. The will of the people means absolutely nothing next to the will of corporations. Politics being ran like sports games. We need ranked voting, and we need it real bad. Ignorance. Complete idiots. People who are passionate and willing to fight for a cause that they know very little about. The degradation of your education. Dumb masses make dumb decisions. The mega drought in the Southwest. If the rivers and lakes run dry, 40 million people become climate refugees. The biggest threat today in the US and also the world over would be widespread misinformation, disinformation, and propaganda via the social media.
How do you make new friends as an adult? Start going to classes, workshops, gym, fitness classes, clubs. Anywhere you're gonna meet people with a shared interest for easier conversion material too. Many people in the same boat, so don't worry. Plus, if you're single, you might find a future partner there too. Friendship is usually built on one of two pillars. Either shared experiences or common interests. So, find a club or organizer that interests you. While doing that thing, you will meet people with a common interest, and by actively participating, you are having shared experiences. For me, I went to a local game store and started playing DD again. Met some cool people, have new friends, and had a great time.
Which 25-year-old video game has aged the best? Worms. Zelda Ocarina of Time is 25 yo next year. Other than the graphics being dated, the game is still incredible. Chrono Trigger. Zelda A Link to the Past. Holds up so well they're still making games in the same style, haha. Just did a replay a bit ago. Had a blast. Super Mario Bros. 3, released in Japan on October 23, 1988, in North America on February 12, 1990, and in Europe on August 29, 1991. This game has been the most ported and played classic. Re-released on SNES in 1993, GBA in 2003, Wii in 2010, Switch in 2020. I have hundreds, maybe thousands of hours into this game. Super Metroid.